everybody. I am ShortEnd Magazine editor Noralil Ryan Fores. I'm sitting here with Kim Storeygard, my harsh critic alter ego.
I do what I can.
Yeah, I know you
do. We tell it how it is.
And we just saw Joe Swanberg's Hannah Takes the Stairs on video on demand. So we've got 8 minutes on our egg timer here, and we're going to be talking about our thoughts. It'll be my second time having seen the film, and Kim's first.
And we're going to start now.
So what are the first things you said? You just quit smoking about 2 weeks ago.
I did quit smoking 2 weeks ago.
Which I'm very proud of you for doing, by the way.
Yeah, it's easier the 6th time around.
And one of the very first things you said, actually maybe it was like a quarter way through the movie, was I wish I had a cigarette.
Yeah, this movie made me want a cigarette more than anything else in the last 2 weeks of Nick Fitz. It was insane.
And you also made the statement, it was like being at a socially awkward party where you weren't allowed to have any beer.
Yeah, the party scene, definitely a bit of a drag.
Which may have behooved us to actually have beer and be drinking
it could have helped.
watching the movie.
You know, I think we could have come up with a pretty good drinking game. Might have dulled our senses a little bit for what was to come.
So like any awkward pauses, we could have had a drink?
Yeah, awkward pauses or ambiguous sexual tension.
Oh, we would have been blasted.
Yeah, we could have been on the floor with the ambiguous sexual tension drinking.
Now, interestingly enough, you didn't pick up some of the ambiguous sexual tension, particularly between Greta Gerwig's character Hannah and the character of Matt, played by Kent Osborne.
Oh yeah, the guy who looked like Paul McCartney.
Just a little bit in the nose.
Yeah.
But why did you pick up that sexual tension between those two characters at first?
I think because they're both just so painfully awkward.
Well, I mean, that describes a lot of this film, though. Now, the question is, do you think that...
I think because she's largely... I mean, she's the only really sexual being in the movie, but she's not sexually charged. You know, for as much time as she spends naked, none of it is sexual.
And I think that's actually the triumph of what, you know, Joe Swanberg does as a director, is to normalize nudity.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, were you focused on that? I mean, for me, neither the first time nor the second time watching the film did I really note the nudity as being anything terribly important to the narrative itself.
No, and I think that's why it caught my eye, because I didn't really understand the purpose. Does that make any sense?
So did it distract you from the storytelling itself?
Well, I couldn't really figure out the story.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. What is actually happening? Oh, so what we do know about Hannah Takes the Stairs is that we have this character Hannah who goes through 3 very particular relationships throughout the film. Mark, Paul, and Matt, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think
about
so.
the names, or you know. And I once referred to them as the Holy Trinity of boyfriends. I stand by that statement. I think that they're the Holy Trinity of boyfriends.
That's funny.
But so essentially she goes through these 3 guys, but we're not really sure what Hannah's looking for. And I know that in interviews that I've read with the director that he said it's about forming these crushes on people and then having these crushes be, you know, burning and intense, and then all of a sudden they fade away. I mean, do you think that happens? Do you think people actually form these really intense crushes and then they just fade away? That that's part of human tendency to...
I think you always covet what you can't have. And for a lot of people, as soon as you find a way to attain that, whether it's a person or it's a new computer or it's a new car, as soon as you get it, it's not what you thought it was going to be. And, you know, it's not as fancy or as shiny or as cool. So
then you are, as Hannah says, kind of chronically dissatisfied with these material things.
Yeah. I get that she's chronically dissatisfied, but we don't have enough insight into her character, into the workings of her mind. I mean, like, we don't even know what she does. We kind of accidentally figured out that she worked on a TV show.
Yeah. Or a web series.
We don't know, I mean, and I knew that it was in Chicago because I recognized the skyline.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know where they live. We don't know what they do. We know first names of some of these people. We know that they really suck at having parties. And beyond that, like, why am I supposed to care about them? Well, there's nothing in this film to make me care about anybody.
No, but what about the question of this nebulousness being universal? Do you think that that's the case? Or that's possible?
What nebulousness?
Well, I mean, just the ambiguity of the characters not necessarily knowing their location or their occupations, that lends to some sort of universality. that anyone of our generation could connect with these characters.
I think it could if the characters were more fully developed.
Okay.
I think they are, what I saw in this film was more like a sketch of people who think they're really deep. Mm-hmm. But you never really get to see that there actually is any depth to any of them at all.
Now we've got 2 minutes left on this clock, so let's talk a little bit about the performances. What did you think of the lead actress Greta Gerwig?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what would make me feel better about this film, knowing that somebody wrote everything, somebody wrote every word and every interchange, or that somebody decided to act like Christopher Guest and just kind of give them an idea and turn them loose in front of the camera. I don't know what would make me feel better. Because really, it kind of, it felt scattered. And, you know, it felt like you could have followed anybody around with a camera and gotten something resembling that.
So the question was for you, the specificity, you know, but in terms of I mean, Greta's nuance, though, in terms of her facial expressions and the quiet way that she kind of deals with things on screen, you don't think that there's anything particularly noteworthy about that at all?
No, honestly, I don't.
Really? See, that's one thing I love about Greta. I think she's got great facial expressions.
I mean, she does, but I think if she were given a more properly developed character, it would have meant a lot more. Because I don't care what kind of faces she can make, so if she can't make me care about that character. And she can't make me care about that character if there is no character to care about.
Gotcha. So what is our wrap up? What do we tell people? I mean, people know where I stand on Hannah, but where does my harsh critic alter ego stand?
Your harsh critic alter ego says, regrettably, I spent $6 on this and I'm very saddened by the loss of my $6.
Oh. Well, so, like I said, here at ShortEnd Magazine, we attempt to be fair and balanced. I, after much trepidation, came out in support of this film. But I am glad to say that there are alternate opinions on what's actually happening narratively. And I would love, love, love to see Joe talk more in depth about what actually is going on with the narrative, because I'm still quite confused. So I'm going to
that would help. That would help a lot.
I think knowing the artist's intention in this particular case with this particular film would really help me.
Because I saw a lot of potential and a lot of things that I really could have liked if they had gone further.
Exactly. So it's just a matter of kind of pushing.
I don't think it went far enough.
So there's our suggestion, Joe. Go farther. We don't know what you're supposed to go farther into, but we want you to go farther.
Push the boundaries, man.
Push the boundaries even more than you already do.
We appreciate your lack of
inhibition?
Yeah, inhibition.
Inhibition.
Your existence outside the proverbial box. We appreciate this. Please continue.
We appreciate you, Joe. Keep pushing. Thanks so much for spending time with us, and we hope you have a great rest of the week in reading.